Hello everyone. In this training session, we will be covering the grade rate functionality within the Onfinity system. Let's begin with the definition. A grade rate refers to a standardized compensation framework designed to promote fairness, support talent retention, and ensure alignment with market benchmarks. For a use case, an organization aims to establish a fair, transparent, and competitive compensation structure to retain and motivate employees. This structure helps ensure compliance with market standards while also staying within budget constraints. To achieve this, the company leverages the grade rate feature to define a standardized pay scale for each job grade. Each grade is assigned a specific salary range, creating consistency and clarity across roles. For example, salary ranges by job grade are as follows. The training level is from 25,000 rupees to 40,000 rupees. The junior level is from 40,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees. The mid-level is from 50,000 rupees to 70,000 rupees, and the senior level is from 70,000 rupees to 90,000 rupees. This structured approach ensures equitable compensation practices, simplifies salary management, and aligns pay with both internal policies and external benchmarks. Now, let's walk through the steps to set up a grade rate. You will log into the system as an admin, navigate to the menu, and from there, go to HR Management. Then, select General Setup and open the grade rate screen. Click Create New Record to enter the grade rate details. You will fill in the required information for the grade rate. Then, click Save to store the record. For the use case execution of grade rate configuration, before executing this use case in the system, it is important to fulfill a key prerequisite. The grade master must be predefined, and this means that the relevant grades, such as training, junior, mid-level, and senior, must already be created and available in the system under the grade master section. Only then can you proceed to define the corresponding grade rate for each grade. To execute this use case, you will log into the system as an admin, navigate to the menu, then go to HR Management. Select General Setup, and then open the grade rate window. Click Create New Record to begin adding grade rate details. Enter the relevant information, and then save the record. You will then navigate to the next tab labeled Grade Rate Values. Click Add or Create New to define the specific salary range values for the selected grade, for example, the minimum and maximum pay. Once all values are entered, save the record to complete the process. Let's now see how this process looks inside the Onfinity system. For the login screen, you will enter your user ID and password, and then click on Login. After a successful login, you will be directed to the homepage, where various widgets are displayed. These widgets will populate with data once relevant transactions are performed. To navigate to the grade rate window, you will click on the menu, go to the HR Management folder, open the General Setup folder, and then select the grade rate window. Now for the grade rate configuration. The first field is organization. If your organization structure includes multiple entities, and you want the configuration to apply across all organizations, you will enter a star. If the configuration is intended for a specific organization, you will select or enter the name of that organization. In this example, we are using a star to apply the configuration universally. For the grade rate code, you will enter a unique code. If you leave this field blank, the system will auto-generate the code upon saving. You will enter a meaningful grade rate name to describe this pay scale configuration. You will also specify the start date from which this grade rate will be effective. For the end date, you can enter it if the grade rate is time-bound. Otherwise, you may leave it blank. Once all required fields are completed, click Save. After saving, you will notice that the grade rate code is auto-generated if it was not entered manually. After saving the header information, you will move to the Grade Rate Value tab. This is where you will define the pay range for each grade. The grade rate name is automatically fetched from the header tab and displayed here. You will then select the grade, for example, Trainee. For the start date, you will specify the date from which this pay range becomes effective. For the end date, You can enter it if this pay range is time-bound. Otherwise, you may leave it blank. You will enter the minimum value, which is the minimum salary for the selected grade, and the maximum value, which is the maximum salary for the selected grade. For the currency, you will choose the appropriate currency. The system recommends using the base currency, for example, INR. If needed, you can select a different currency from the list of values. After entering all required details, click Save. Once you enter and save the minimum and maximum values, the system will automatically calculate and display the mean value for that grade range. To define pay ranges for additional grades, you will click Create New Record to enter the pay range details for the next grade. For the required information, you will select the appropriate grade. You will enter the effective start date. For the end date, you can specify it if the range is time-bound. You will also enter the minimum value, which is the minimum salary for the grade, and the maximum value, which is the maximum salary. By default, the currency is auto-set to INR. If your organization's base currency is different, you can change it using the list of values. Once all fields are filled in, click Save. The mean value will be auto-calculated and displayed based on the entered minimum and maximum values. You will return to the untoggled form view to review all the grade rate values that have been entered and saved. You can then click Back to return to the Grade Rate Header tab. That's how you define and save grade rate and grade rate values within the Onfinity system. Thank you for attending this session.